Hey, it's Dr. Brosh. Today I'm going to teach you a very simple yet very powerful brain retraining technique that can help you eliminate and stop chronic back pain. It is so effective that it used to be the primary technique that I myself used when I recovered from chronic back pain. And ever since I teach that to all my patients who suffer from chronic back pain. So here's the 4-step safety retraining sequence. The first step is validation. The second is safety. The third, reversibility. And the fourth, letting go. After explaining to you each step and how to use it, I'm going to share with you also 4 tips on how to use this technique to get the most out of it and enhance it to get the best results possible. So make sure to watch until the end. The first step is validation. Let me explain to you what it means. You know how it is when we try to get rid of a habit or something in our life, but then the more we push it away, the more it sticks to us. So this principle is something that's important to understand and use correctly. So for instance, if you're suffering right now from low back pain, what you can do is say, okay, I have pain in my low back. It's a bit to the left and it's radiating down my left leg. You're not trying to push it away, you're just validating its presence. And it's really as simple as that. What you do is you describe the location of the pain, you describe the sensation, and you describe to yourself the emotion that accompanies it. For instance, I have pain in my lower back, to the left, it is tight, and I feel anxious. So location, sensation, and emotion. We begin with validation. Validation already puts us in a different place and starts retraining our brain to act differently. This leads us to the second step, which is creating within us a sense of safety. Here's an important fact you have to know. 85% of the people with chronic back pain don't have a medical explanation for that. They did all the tests, went through all the examinations, but nothing came up. So no diagnosis, but the pain is still there. When this happens, in most cases, it means that the brain is responsible for creating the pain. And just to make it very clear, it doesn't mean that this pain is something that one imagines, but rather it points at a hypersensitive alarm system in our brain. So the brain becomes more vigilant and creates more pain in response to that. So what it means for you if you're suffering from chronic back pain is that your pain that is very real and physical doesn't imply that there's something wrong with your body. It's an overprotective alarm mechanism, so you can validate to yourself, I am safe, there is no harm, there is no danger. So the first step is validation. The second step is connecting to a sense of safety within you. If you wish, you can also place a hand on your heart, breathe deeply, and when you exhale, say the words, I am safe, there is no harm in the body. The third step is reversibility. When the pain comes from the brain's alarm system, it is reversible. This is the nature of how our brain works. Our brain is plastic. It can change during our life, and these changes are dynamic. It means that in the same way that the brain learned how to create more and more pain over more and more time, it can also unlearn this pattern. So this whole process, this whole pain phenomena, which is very real and very physical, but it's generated by the brain, could be reversed. That's the nature of our defense mechanism that activates the pain signals to our body. So after validating the situation and then reconnecting to a sense of safety, you remind yourself that this whole phenomena is reversible. This puts you in a completely different framework, and it means that this pain can go away over time. You can also think of it like a volume knob that could on one hand be increased, but on the other hand could be decreased and even turned all the way down to zero. That's the amount of reversibility that we can achieve through retraining our brain. By the way, if this resonates with you, please like this video. In this way, it can reach other people like you that are also looking for solutions for their back pain. It really helps. This brings us to the fourth step. The pain mechanism in the brain, which projects itself to the body, feeds on our attention. The more attention we give it, the more pain is created. It means that if we want to reduce the level of pain by retraining our brain, we need to go in the exact other direction, in the exact opposite direction. We want to let go of paying attention to the pain. So letting go is our fourth step. So this completes the sequence. First, we validate our condition. We do not fight it. Second, we reconnect to a sense of safety. This pain is real, but it is harmless. It is not dangerous. Third, we remind ourselves of the reversibility of the process itself. It happens in the brain and the brain can change. And fourth, we let it go. A complete sequence may sound like this. I have pain in my lower back. It's a bit to the left, it is tight, and I feel anxious. I know that I am safe. This is harmless. It is real pain, but it is not dangerous. I know that this pain is created by my brain, but it is reversible. And as a final step, I'm letting it go. So now let's look at 4 tips that can help you enhance this practice and make the most out of it. The first one is repetition. In order to retrain our brain, we have to repeat a practice again and again. So try doing it over and over again. A minimum amount would be to do it 5 times every day, when you wake up, with each meal, and before going to bed. An optimal way to use it is whenever you feel the pain. This may be all day long, but when you do it repeatedly, it will help you change what's happening in the brain faster. The second tip is persistence. The longer you do it, the better you become at it, and the better the results would be. Training your brain requires time. Repetition over time helps create stable, new connections in the brain. The third tip is use your intention. When you bring your intention, when you bring your wish to heal and release yourself from the symptoms, you will enhance the practice even more. Neuroplasticity, the ability of our brain to change, is enhanced when we put our emotional energy into the practice. So intention is very, very helpful. And the fourth tip is that there is a gap, there's going to be a gap between the times you practice and the results. So for instance, when you just start out doing that, there could be a 1 day or 2 day gap between your practices and you feeling better. And the more you will do it, the more you will practice, you will see that this gap shortens, it becomes shorter, and you will see a cause and effect reaction faster. So just bear that in mind, that you may start practicing, and then after 2-3 days, suddenly you're feeling a bit better. Make this connection, understand that this is the result of your practice, and continue practicing. And by the way, if this is helpful for you, there's a free kit for you to download with more meaningful resources that can help you on your healing journey. So let's summarize the technique. The first step is validation. The second step is reconnecting to a sense of safety. The third is reminding yourself of the reversibility of the process itself. And the fourth is letting go. If you're suffering from chronic back pain and you want to understand it more, I've prepared another video with the most common emotional reasons that contribute to pain and 2 more techniques that can help you release it. So watch the video here.